Hello guys, we are going to look at market reports and we're going to look at also some stocks that are doing well in the market. I'll look at the all share index where we'll look at how they are performing and what they are currently doing. So that is what we're going to look at in this video. And I'm going to give a little tip on what I talked about in this video, which is where's the video? Um, Okay, this is it, the dividend cheat code. So there is actually a tip I want to drop because a lot of times people might actually misinterpret my statement and do otherwise. So that is why I'll do another separate video. Maybe that video will drop tomorrow so that you see how to actually do it. So I'll give a tip, then I'll do a separate video analyzing it, and I might actually join you guys in doing it so that you see how real it is, because sometimes people might see these things because they are simple and easy and say, so that's how you make money. Of course, everything must not be hard. So let's look at what we check for today. So let's look at the equity report. So a total turnover of 3,000. So a total turnover of 3.932 billion shares worth 74.813 billion in 105,220 deals was traded this week by investors on the floor of the exchange. So this is in contrast to a total of 2,606 billion shares valued at 63.785 billion that exchange earned last week in 77,593 deals. So the financial services always lead the market because they are liquid. So a lot of people are looking for liquid stocks. So it's those of us that are not having huge money like a billion, 200, 500 million that we look for those penny that will actually flip our money in a short time. So that is why you see the financial services always lead, and they pay good dividends. They've been consistent and they've been increasing their dividends, and portfolio managers like buying this stock because they can easily go in and easily come out. So if you have 10 billion, you can go in and come out, so you won't have liquidity problem. So financial service led the activity, and with a 2.405 billion shares value at 32 billion. Guys, there is money in this market. So when you are coming with 100,000, coming with 10,000, that is full. No, come with a buy, come and take your own. Okay, let's move on. So led the activities, and this is the value in 44,570 deals. So thus contributing 61% and 43% to the total equity turnover volume and value respectively. So the service industry, which that is where I actually pay attention to, my personal portfolio and people that I actually, that is where I pay attention to. So the service industry followed with 442.995 million shares worth 4.201 billion in 7,523 deals. So the third place was the consumer goods. If you follow me very well, we've made money in the consumer goods, most especially Cadbury gave my community when it was 17, and Cadbury got to 40, and also Nigerian Brewery when it was 30, and Nigerian Brewery got to 60. That's 100%. 100%. And if you structure your portfolio to make 100% yearly, you can turn 1 million to what? To 32 million in 5 years if you structure it to do it yearly. Now, imagine we make this in just 3 months. So imagine if you repeat it quarterly or you repeat it twice a year. That's 200%. That is, you can turn 1 million to 2 million in a year. And if you do it the next year, it's 4 million. And if you do it the third year, is what is 8 million. And the fourth year is 16 million. And you can see how you're shooting up. So the consumer industry with a turnover of 283 million shares worth 12.678 billion in 15,675 deals. So trading in the top 3 equities, namely Royal Exchange and Fidelity Bank and Tantalizer. So we all know what is pushing Tantalizer. They actually acquire a Grand Media. So that is what is actually pushing it. And of course, that tension has died down a bit. So, but that being said, there's still an opportunity. So let me just share you something. Both of us can be in a stock. Get my point? Both of us can be in a stock and you'll be losing and be making money. What is the difference? Timing. So I told my community, my free community, I told them that all the stocks will go up, but the bottom line is, are you going to make money? So a stock can be giving somebody money, you are celebrating, while some people are trying to break even because they came in at the wrong time. Somebody just said Sometimes I'm in a community, somebody will ask if Orlando a good stock, is Geregu a good stock, is Transcom a good stock? Is there any stock in the market that is not good? So the question should be, when is the right time to enter this stock? That is how the question should be. When is the right time? You understand? So you shouldn't be asking which stock is. Nobody can tell you that a stock is not good. This company, they render goods and services. So they are doing what? They are making money. They have employees. They are operating. So it's just market forces that is making the price to go up and down. There are people that bought these shares for like 10 years, they've not sold because they have no reason of selling. So you can't come to the market and be asking if it is good or if it is bad. No. The question is it the right time to go in? So if it is the right time, is it the right time? In fact, there is no right time of going in, there's no right time of coming out. It depends on you. My own right time cannot be your right. For example, if you are buying a stock for long time, you understand, by buying stock for a long time, you don't care the current price. The bottom line is you are buying every month for a year. So if at this month the thing is at all time high, you buy. You are not careful if it's coming down, if it's going up. So in such situation, timing does not matter. You just loading. But if I'm looking at my target is, let me double my portfolio in a year, guys, I have to be looking at timing. When I go in, I said, okay, 10%, 20%, I get out. So that is how the game should be. So this is what played out in the markets for last week, and it's giving us insight on what to look out for next week. So these are the three core areas which I think is represented here. So we have the financial services taking 61%, and we also have the services industry taking 11%, and we have consumer taking 7%, and others take 21%. So you already see where this stop are. I don't know, for me, I just have a separate bias in my personal portfolio. You hardly see a banking stock there. It was few days I just checked. I said, am I currently with these guys? Even though in my premium community, I do recommend some banking stock to buy, but I don't know. I don't have them. Why I don't have them is sometimes you see them full bid today and you think it will continue tomorrow. It's still full of because a lot of people will take that advantage to dump. So this is the bond market. A total of 21,885 units, value at 21.418 million. We are traded this week in 34 days, compared with a total of 121,749 units, value at 118.695 million. Transacted last week in 56 deals. So this is what transpired. And looking at the index, which we'll look at and the charts, and we'll give analysis. Let's quickly look at them. So the all share index, the market capitalization depreciated by 0.62%. In my previous video, I actually expected a breakout. This is where I did the video. Actually expected a breakout here, and unfortunately we had a pullback. Here, but the beautiful thing is we are sitting on this support here. I'll give more details about that. Let me just read through what happened. So dip 0.62% and also 0.29%, to close the week at 109,028.62 basis points, which amounts to 68.752 trillion respectively. So similarly, all other indices finished lower with the exception of NGS Insurance. So insurance actually did well, and NGS Afri did, and NGS Consumer Goods and NGS Industrial Goods Index, which appreciated by 0.73% and 0.11% and 2.1818% and 0.72% respectively, while the NGS SM closed flat. So these are the summary of what play out the week, and also you can see year to date and then quarter to date, and you see month to date and week to date. So these are the weekly changes that we had. So these are just indices. In fact, we use it to track what companies are doing, use it to track which sectors are pumping, and how to follow the money also, which is the strategy. Some people ask me, how do you know how to follow the money? I imagine, do you think you just ask somebody a question and the person will just tell you a secret just like that, just tell you this, that, this, that, this? It doesn't work that way. Can I come and meet you in your feed and tell you what is your secret, and you just be telling me? So sometimes when people ask me, how do you know how to follow the money, I want to really know how you know stocks that are going up. Say, oh God, do you think I can just tell you like that? Do you think I discover it like that? Be calming down. So this is the NGS 30 and the RC. you can see they always follow themselves. So far, we've not had any decoupling. So far, they've always trailed themselves. So this is equity and top gainer. So before we move here, let's quickly jump to the all share index and analyze it. So last week, I said the market is going to close higher. I was expecting it to break out because of this candlestick that was pumping, but unfortunately, the market hits a correction here. So what we need to be careful of, we don't want this support to break down. And even if it comes to this place, we want this part to hold strong. For me, I want to see a strong one here. Let's see if 4 hours will give us some good chart. Okay, so this is the 4 hours chart. So if you look at it very well, you see that so far this area is currently serving as a support area, even though it has served as a resistance in the past, which is 8th of May. It got to this point and faced a little bit of rejection and pull back to this area. So I want to also draw another resistant area here. So this will be another resistant area we want this asset to bounce from here. So I'm expecting a bounce from here also in the new week, because those who took profit will actually buy something else. You understand? Not that the money is leaving the market. The money is just leaving one particular stock to another stock. So that's what is playing out here. So you see the market wanted to bounce here, and if it cannot bounce here because of the pressure from the bear, we might hit this area here. So if we hit this area here, we want it to hold. We want it to hold strong. And if it fail this area, we'll actually come in to see a double top. And what do you expect from a double top? You expect the market to actually dip a lot. And guys, many portfolio will bleed. And that is why we are tracking this. So immediately you get to this part, I will jump out here for you to come and set your stop loss or take profit and wait. That is just the secret. And of course, whether you are paid or free, I always come and let you know we all make money. Just that the premium guys will make more money and they will understand and get good information, nice information that can push their portfolio before you understand what I mean. So you can see the chart I display here. You can see it, and if this fail, we are coming to this area here, and that is what you don't want to see, and this will cause bleeding, and this will cause bleeding to the market, which we don't want. So we are expecting a bounce back here. And why are we getting this deep is because we're close to the end. No company is coming out with their Q1. I think even though if they're coming out, it's only more than 3 or 5. So we've seen a lot of big guys bringing their Q1, and that information actually pushed the market to this point while we are expecting a all-time high. I guess you know what happened, but just pretend as if you didn't know. Let's just continue. You know the country we are. So let's move. So now from this part, we expect a bounce, and a bounce from here will mean we are breaking this. So the funny thing is, I said we are going to break the all-time high. You understand? And we now bounce. Do you know when we bounce, some people will be happy that he thought he's a prophet. Should be night has bounced. But we are just looking at probability here. I just told you here that we expect a bounce. It's expectation. There is no certainty here. So if it fall through here, you can't come and hold me by hands that Shay, you said it should hold here. No, don't be in that shoe. Don't be in that shoe. Just like in the church when the pastor wants to quote scripture and is trying to recall. Some people are praying that let pastor record the scripture. While some people are praying that he should forget and disgrace himself. Don't be part of those people. Support the ministry. Hallelujah. So that is what I expected from you. So not that I said we are expecting it to bounce because of this volume, and now we are dipping. You're not saying AC is coming down. AC is coming down. No, you're not a kid. You understand? So what I said here is we are expecting a bounce from here. That is a reversal, a sharp one. Then we'll know that okay, because normally we are supposed to break it. I think if you cannot break it now, then second quarter earnings we actually push it, or maybe a news or a policy we actually shoot it up. So that is what we're expecting here. And I said if there's a break here, here will be another support area for the market to recover. And if anything happen here, guys, we're coming down to this point, and we'll know that the technical rule actually worked, which is double top. So double top means we are coming back down here, and the next support will be around this area. And I bet you don't want it to happen. So we are still watching, and any of these we are ready to play. The beautiful thing is we are trained to do what? To react. You understand? We react to the market. So if the market is going up, we know what to do. If it's coming down, we know what to do. So pay attention on Monday, and we'll look at how we are going to trend. So let's quickly jump to our market report and look at the top gainers. So far, the top gainers we had is Scooties. Scooties did 21%. We have Custodian did 21%. We have Resta did 20%. We have John Hott. John Hall did 20%, and we have Interlink did 20%. We have Next 19%. We have Regency Assurance 18%. We have Link Assurance 17. We have Tantalizer 17. We have Intrazac, and top loser. You can see our Nemit International actually gave up against, came back to 306, 307, Deep 17%, Associated Boss Company, which is ABC 15%, Transcom 15%, Microfinance, that's MPF 12%, FC Coco 11%, Fidelity 10%, despite the, you know what is going on. Jalarams 9%, Cabatin gave up gains, dropped to 9%. I think I'm Cabatin, I'm still up 25%. Yes, I'm still up 25% Cabatin. So we have Legend Internet, Deep, and we have in Africa. So price adjustment, May Baker actually adjusted price, took away 40 Kobo dividends, and the price is now 1305. That is after markdown. Aiko also took 7, and we have 161, and UACN also took 22 Kobo, and it's closed at, and the price became 32.78. So guys, these are just a few information. So if you look at these calls, there are some previous calls I've done, and I want to apologize for those who didn't take profit. Maybe you're waiting till I take profit, which I explained. Because of the volume I have, I don't want to take profit now. And you see, if you take profits, it's not a crime. You made money, that's a beautiful thing. But that doesn't mean the stock will not go up again. You understand? So if you take profit, it's an opportunity for you to repeat the process again. And for those of us who didn't take profit, it's an opportunity for you to learn a lesson. Either you should adjust your strategy and say, okay, when I'm up 20-30%, I'll take profit and wait for the next call. And you'll be patient enough. Not that in a week, 2 weeks, you'll be disturbed that the money is wasting. There is no call. No. You have to be patient. You want to make money. So making money means you have to be strategic, patient. You understand? So they say money that rush always leave behind. So it's calm money, cool money that makes more money. So you have to be patient. So I just want to talk about those stocks. I think one of them is Nemit. I gave you guys Nemit when it was 3. It came down to I think 2 something, and so it came down to 307. And last time when I was doing the analysis, I told you guys that we either had a we either had a breakout and a pullback, then we continue to shoot. So that one did not play out. Then I told you guys we'll eat here and we'll come here and bounce, we'll go up, then we'll come back here. But we didn't have such opportunity. It just came down direct back to this area. So by tomorrow, by Monday, it will come back to this area. So we'll be looking at 2 something. So it's a great buy for those of us who missed the first leg. I think you want to use this as another opportunity to take position. So note that if you are buying now, it might take a while for it to move again, because the previous catalyst that's moved this is because every other fitting and all those products, they're actually moving. So you have to be patient. So this time around, when you come here, you have to be patient a bit. You have to be a patient investor. When it's time for you to act fast, you act fast. For now, you have to be patient. So around this area here, which would be a nice one, 380 something, 390 something, keep loading. Even me, I'll buy more on Monday, so that will make my unit. You understand? So I'm buying more, expecting that the next leg, I might sell here this time around. So let me just give you a reason why I don't. Okay, maybe I'll do another video to tell you the reason why I don't tell you when to sell. I can tell you when to buy, but when to sell, you should use your brain to do that. I'll give you a reason why. So this is just an update for this, and we'll stay optimistic. Let's look at daily and get the full. So this is what happened in daily charts. So if we even look at the FIB2, let's see. Let's look at the FIB2. So if you look at the flip too, you see we actually dip more than the 50% retracement. So we are currently at the discount zone, which is a good price to go in. So that being said, let's jump to the next one. The next one I gave was actually Caverton. So we are currently looking at Caverton. When I gave Caverton, Caverton was approaching this area. So the same way we are expecting, let me though is a different chart, so to speak. This was the target I gave and it actually hit. I want to say congratulations to all those who actually follow my call. So those who didn't sell, I know you'll be very, very angry now. You know, money matter. Say, again, I said, you're not that kind of thing. So but for me, I think if you're new, it's a learning process. It gives you that time to refine, to rethink, to make up your mind. That last time I didn't say it was greed. So I think somebody reached out to me and she sold, right? She sold. And I guess she'll be watching this. Congratulations. And I think she sold, yes. Not Caverton, I think she sold and name it. Yes, she sold and name it. And that's a smart move. That's a smart move. So sometimes when you have a bigger portfolio, you also have some kind of challenge, you know. Sometimes some return doesn't make too much of a sense, and when you have a small portfolio, also doesn't make so. 50% retracement, this will be coming down to 328. But I think all things being equal, the market should be able to. Let me not speak from the place of bias, you understand? But we expect the market to actually find the support because this, even when this stock closed 380, it was strong at 4. It was strong at 4, so we're expecting a push. Those who enter around this area, congratulations, you are still in profit. So the bottom line is to pay attention on how the market will react to Monday. So I said I will give a tip on those who actually want to make money from this video that I did here. This is the video here. So for let me just give a little bit of guidance on how to go about this trade. So should we look at weekly? Okay. So this is Julius Baja. Let's look at 4 hours. So this is the chart I want to show you guys. This is 4 hours. So during that video, I told you guys that this area is a good entry point for you. So as at on Friday, Julius Baja was actually on full offer and it was selling for 123. So that 123 would have been an excellent entry. I know a lot of people bought at that price, and congratulations to you guys if you bought at that price. So if you bought at that price, and I gave instruction that you should set up your sell target, which is 135. Why? Because from that 28, 29, a lot of people will be coming in for the dividends. So now you want to sell. The reason why you want to sell is the dividends was actually 3 naira 50 kobo, if I'm not mistaken. And if you bought at 123, let's pick these two here and say this is 123. So if you bought at 123 and you want to sell at, I say you should put your sell order at 135. So see, you are making what? 10%. Imagine if you are now waiting for that 3 naira 50 kobo. You are making less than 10%. You can get what I'm saying now. I think you'll be making maybe you'll be making 2, 3, 4%. You understand? So now you are making good money. For JB, you didn't get dividends, but you actually had price appreciation. Let's say you put 1 million. Now you'll be having 1.1. All things being equal, you're having 1.1 or 1.90. Then you move to the next one. You know the next one. If you don't know it, come and check this video and see it. Move to the next one. So if you apply same strategy, you find out that you are making good money. And if you are a bit greedy, you can put it at 137. You can put it at 137. If you are a bit greedy, put it at 137. So you can see you set your sell order at 137 and you put 14 days. So you don't need to be checking the market. All you're waiting for is for you to get your contract note. Once you get your X alert that you've sold, you now know that, okay, what is the next one? You move to the next one. By now, you should have a note where you've written the date and everything. So that's what I just want to share. I'll do a separate video step by step. And if all things being equal, I might join you guys in this journey so that you see how to make money and how easy it is. So guys, I want to appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for sharing it. I really appreciate. We're going ground, we're making ground, and the sole purpose is for us to make money. Imagine I didn't tell you this, only me will just make this money. But now you're joining me, we are making it together. I can't wait for millions to join me. We'll make this money because the market is so huge. You can see when I'm looking at the breakdown of the market, you can see how I'm calling billions, billions, billions. If they put all our money together, I'm not sure if it is up to billions. So the market is an ocean. And if the market is an ocean, what we are seeing now is like a stream. So that's why I said you just have 5 years because very soon the market will be ripe. Like everything will now be up. Just like Amazon and those guys, they don't move much again. That's what you will see in the market. That's when you have to do research, check and wait for new companies to do IPO before you make money. But before then, we'll be smiling, we'll be making money. That's when we'll now be putting our money in Sukuk bond, put our money in FGN savings bond, just be getting returns. You understand? I'll do a video where I said if you have 50 million, you cannot suffer in this life again. If you did not offend God, if God did not get angry with you, with all this opportunity, with 50 million. In fact, if you say you don't want to work again, no problem. I will show you how to make money. You understand? You will not be hungry. In fact, you go to a party and enjoy life and do everything. Just 50 million. I'll do a video about that and show you. But I'm not saying you should just get 50 million and relax. But if that's what you can and you want to make, fine. Because insatisfaction is gift from God. You understand? It's gift from God. So that's why when you have 1,000, the next thing you say you need 2,000. When you have 2,000, next thing 3,000. So it keeps you and keeps your faith alive and it makes you understand. So that's how it works. So guys, I want to believe that you've learned one or two things. You can drop me a comment, let me know what you've learned. And if you have any questions, so far I've been answering all the questions I get from you guys. And just a bit of a good news, I've actually launched my one-on-one section. It's actually ₦1,000,000 for you to have a 1 hour with me. So if you want to spend 1 hour with me, that will be ₦1,000,000. We'll have strategy section and I'll teach you how to do all these things and also plan your retirement plan and give you my 3-step strategy how I get stocks that will do well. So these are just ways we make money, and I just want to announce to you guys because we are breaking ground together. So thank you for sharing my videos, thank you for subscribing, thank you for telling your friends about me, thank you for telling your friends about this channel. The goal is for everybody to be happy, make money, because sometimes when you have money, it solves 95% of the issues you have. In fact, your wife will like you the more, your husband will appreciate you the more, your children will like you the more. Because anytime they come, mommy, they say we should pay this, you pay. Daddy, they say we should pay this, you pay. So you just be smiling and there will be peace. All you need to do is to do your money devotion, pray, help the needy, and make progress. So thank you guys. See you in the next one.